Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm sharing with you guys my updated brow routine. So I like a bold brow, but not too thick, but still giving feathery wispy vibes. So if that's the type of brow you're into, this is the video for you. So I like to lay my brow hairs down first, whether that be with a brow wax or a brow gel. Currently, my favorite is the Got To Be glue. This is their like wand gel. You technically can use this for baby hairs as well as your brows, but I like using this on my brows. Another holy grail is the NYX brow glue. I like the regular clear one. The tinted ones are good if you just want to put on a brow gel and go. It adds a little bit more definition and like shade to your brows. But if I'm looking for like my Snatched signature brow, like I'm gonna go with a clear brow gel or brow wax. So I like to brush the hairs back and forth almost like I'm brushing my teeth, just to get the product all over the brow hairs. Then I let it kind of get a little tacky, and then I brush my brow hairs upward. And the tackier you let the brow glue get, the less loosey-goosey your brow hairs are. Then I take the edge of the brush or spoolie and just go across the top, shaping my brows to the way that I want them to be shaped. Then sometimes I'll go in and just dab off any excess brow glue, because I will say the Got To Be glue, like if you use too much, it can flake throughout the day. So I like to do that, especially if I'm just using that on my brows. The next step that I love to do is fill in my brows with an eyeshadow first. The two products that I have, I'm not sure if this is still in stores. This is the Juvia's Place Eye Sculpt Eye Shade Brow Palette. And I use the two shades on the left hand side. In the past, I've used this e.l.f. Matte Shadow Brow and Liner Palette, but I think this is discontinued. So any like ash brown shade that you have will work. I say ash brown because like you're creating a shadow with this, not hair strokes. So you just want to take an angled brush of your choosing. This one is the MAC 263 brush, and I like to focus the darker shade towards the outer end and filling in my tail. If I want to take it in further, I take the lightest shade in the palette and just do a lower line at the front and then just diffuse it upwards, just so it can have a little bit of a shadow there. Now, if you're watching this and you don't have as much brows as I have, or like you're like, sis, how do I draw my brows in because I ain't got none, then I would recommend doing a pomade. So like a brow pomade, which is more like a cream product, because you'll be able to get more, like if you don't got no hairs there, like adding this eyeshadow isn't really gonna tickle your fancy if you're trying to get like a snatched brow look. So I definitely recommend using like a Anastasia dip brow. e.l.f. has a dip brow. So I'm not too worried about the shape right now because I'm gonna clean it up with concealer at the end. But the next thing that I like to do is take my Eye Sculpt Eye Shade brow pen from Juvia's Place. This is by far my favorite brow pen to use to create hair-like strokes. If you don't want a bold brow and want more of a fluffy brow, and you don't have like brows, or like you shave them or something like that, like a brow pen is your next best thing to creating like a bushy eyebrow without the intensity of using like a dip brow, because dip brow really just gonna fill everything in. Like if you want hair like strokes, get you a brow pen. So this is my favorite one. Sometimes if I don't have this on hand, I'll use like an eyeliner pen in brown or something. If I'm really struggling, I'll use one in black, but I just light-handedly flick of the wrist create some hair strokes. And I love creating some at the front because it just gives me such like a natural brow look. And then I do continue to do some strokes throughout. And on this side, my tail be struggling, so I do some on the end. Now I do look a little bold right now, but I like I said, don't fret. We gonna clean it up. You can either, if you don't want to add like concealer to clean it up, and you're doing like a no makeup look, you can take a Q-tip and just wipe. I'm gonna use a little micellar water. So you can use a Q-tip to clean up, or like what I like to do is to use a concealer and clean up the brows. This is great if you're in between brow waxes or brow threading, or you just haven't touched up plucking your brows yet. I'm gonna take my Sephora Best Skin Ever concealer. I like to use my concealer shade under my brows and then my foundation shade above my brows, like so, like that. And I'm gonna take my foundation and clean up on top. And that is how I carve out my brows. And then I like to go ahead and blend that out. And I'm taking my Real Techniques medium shadow brush and just blending out that concealer. See that, honey? And then boom. That's how I do my brows. Alright guys, so I finished my makeup and this is how my brows look. I love them. I love how bold but fluffy, but it's just giving defined brows, and that's my vibe. Like, I feel like I have an iconic brow because I've always done like a bold snatched brow, and I just love the hair strokes, how it adds to like what my brows look like. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this updated brow routine. If y'all have any questions about how to make your brows snatched like this, please comment below. If you're still watching this video, make sure you give it a huge thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, all the things. I love y'all so very much, and y'all never forget, at the end of the day, without regrets, love yourself and be you. Tipple. Bye, y'all. Natural beauty, yeah, slim Reshae.